to episode 6 of the very special Scaffchamp edition of The View with Vertex. I am joined now by Jimmy. Jimmy is the founder of Big Dawg. He has a huge social media following around the topic of scaffolding. He's shedding a light on the industry that we both love. So Jimmy, massive thank you for doing that, and welcome.
Yeah.
How have you been?
Yeah, good. Enjoying the time in Vilnius.
Yeah. But how many times in Vilnius for you this now? Because you did last
year and now this year.
Yeah, so the last two.
Yeah.
And you came this time Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
yeah. So one day before.
And did you come earlier on in the year as well?
No, I was coming the day before.
Yeah. So, because Chris was telling us a couple of minutes ago, did Oleg and Victor come out and meet you in Sweden?
Yeah. So do you want me to tell about it?
Yeah.
So no, they were really happy about the promotion I've done for Scaffchamp. So they flew out to talk about the future of Scaffchamp. So we went to eat and had a great time.
They're great people, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've said this to so many people. So the hospitality.
Yeah.
They come, you have a nice dinner together, you speak. They're a great team, great people.
For sure.
To be around. And I think they see the value in people. It was funny, actually. Chris was saying about how he came to be involved, because he's your father-in-law, right? He married his daughter. And he was saying, he was there and you invited him along. Yeah. And then Oleg and Victor were like, this guy is really good and all that. Should we get him involved? You should come. And, lo and behold, now he's the commentator for the event.
Right.
I think he'll really add something.
Yeah, for sure.
It needs that, do you think?
Yeah.
To make more like a sports event.
It was like we met them on the street and they came up with cameras and stuff and like put all these microphones on me and like, oh, we need Hollywood in Vilnius, because they heard Chris talking and then started from there.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? I don't know. Do you think it's that American accent?
Yeah.
That gives it that bit of
I
don't know. Hollywood vibe to it.
Yeah, Hollywood vibe. Enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah. It's cool the fact that he doesn't really know much about scaffolding, but he's taking it really seriously.
Yeah. He's passionate about the stuff.
About broadcasting.
Broadcasting. So obviously he wants to know a little bit about it.
So your page, Big Dawg, is mainly like on Facebook is like the main platform. Yeah. You have a big following on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah.
How did that begin?
Well, it began with my passion for social media. So I was doing esports in 2014 for Clan. So I did a bunch of social medias. So I always been like, that's where I got involved in creating videos and stuff like that.
Right.
In 2015, I became a semi-professional esports player for a French team. So we played in ESL 1.
Which game?
Battlefield.
Yeah.
So at that time, 2014 was still Battlefield 3, and then we swapped over to the 4, went on ESL 1. And 2016, I played for the national team of Finland and also in ESL 1.
Because you finished descent, aren't you?
Yeah.
So mum and dad?
Yeah, both.
Both finished?
Yeah. And so the passion, I created a lot of my own frag movies and commentaries on what happened during the game, and that's where the editing skills come from.
Yeah. Are you still part of that world of the kind of esports?
No, I left it behind.
Yeah.
Now I just do it casually. I still have a lot of great skills, so it's awesome to just go kill scrubs,
Yeah, for fun.
Yeah, just for fun. So when I started scaffolding, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna start a page for fun, post about the stuff I learned, because I didn't know shit back then.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the time when I was posting stuff, I was like, how am I gonna describe what I'm doing? Because I don't know what I'm doing. What's the proper name for it? I was still new to it. So I had to have friends help me, hey, can you help me describe what we're doing? I want to make a post. And they thought it was silly, unnecessary, but I still did it. And it went from 1 follower to my family started following me. And then I posted on some group. People thought it was cool. So I got more followers. And then it just grew from that. And I started reading a lot about, because I was like, I need to know what I'm actually putting out there. Like, what am I doing? What is this called? La la la. So I started reading a lot of instruction books, especially layer, because that's what I started scaffolding with.
Yeah.
So a lot of knowledge comes from books.
Yes, yeah. And so many people don't take the time to read them.
Yeah.
The information's there. Anyone can learn it.
Yeah. So I did a lot of books about scaffolding and laws and regulations, and just took my time and yeah.
I found with the learning about scaffolding thing, you sound like you're the same.
Yeah.
I've always taken an interest in what I'm doing, because I think if I'm doing it, I should be interested in it. I should, otherwise get a different job, right?
Yeah.
So I've always been interested in it, but I found I learned more about it, and this is going to sound ridiculous, and probably like to the people who employ you, probably sound pretty dangerous, but I learned more about scaffolding by teaching it.
Yeah.
Which it sounds crazy. It's like, no, surely you should know about it if you're teaching it.
Yeah.
But when I started teaching, I was only 31, and I knew that I was going to be coming up against guys from the industry. They'd been there for a long time. They knew everything, or I thought they knew everything. And I thought, if one of these guys challenges me, I need to know. So that made me learn more. And then because you're talking about something every day, it's, if you can describe something to somebody else, you start to understand it more yourself in a way.
Yeah.
It could be a good avenue for you to go down now, to the training. It's not often you see people who take it as serious, as yourself, to read the books.
Yeah.
And get the knowledge.
Yeah, it's like probably people see it like as a bread job or something like that. Just some money that puts food on the table. But for me, it's a lot about pride. And I noticed that in the industry, it's a lot of like, what can you say? I had it on my...
Like competition?
Yeah, it's like, what can you say? I totally had it, then I forgot it, but it's like this a dark picture of the scaffolding world.
Ah, right, okay. So like negative.
Yeah, negativity on like scaffolders are bad people and all that.
Perception.
Yeah. So that also like pushed me to like further on go and create content to lift the scaffolding trade up.
Ah, okay.
To recognize.
That's very interesting. Very, very interesting, because there's a lot of people out there that are trying to do the opposite. Like try and show how dangerous it is, how bad it is. Yeah. There's one called I'll give them a plug if they want it, but they call the Scaff Police. Have you seen this one?
Yeah.
And it's people doing things they shouldn't be doing.
Right.
And obviously when there's a bit of, I don't know whether you call it negativity or whatever, but people listen. People are, and they want to pay attention to it. I don't know whether that's the thinking behind it, but it's very interesting to hear that you say you wanted to change the perception of scaffolding and show that it's not just a job for say idiots. So, but do you know what I mean though?
Yeah. It's but my content is very mixed. I post sometimes bad stuff that is like people working unsafely, but it's to like you don't want to put like a filter on what you post. Like it should be very open, so for anyone to see.
I agree with that. It should be the good. And I think that's one thing I thought with this podcast. I didn't want it to be just, this is, this professional person from this. And, because I do enjoy talking about business.
Yeah.
I've had businesses. I enjoy talking about the way people run their businesses and entrepreneurship and stuff like this. But I also enjoy talking to scaffolders because I'm a scaffolder.
Yeah.
And I know that there's some, there's a drinking culture maybe in scaffolding. Sometimes there's even a bit of a fighting culture in scaffolding, but like you say, you don't want to put a filter on it.
Right.
You want people to see it as it is.
Yeah.
Do people ever send you stuff for you to post?
Yeah, sometimes, or a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't post everything.
No.
So you want to keep it, more or less clean, or like there's a specific way I try to follow. So not everything is relevant. So I try to help out by posting in groups that won't get me like banned or stuff like that.
Mhm.
I had a really I was shadow banned 2 years ago.
What is a shadow ban?
I have no idea. And we just to mess around with Facebook, we posted this picture of Bob the Builder, and it's saying slogan on top, "Can we fix it?" And on the bottom says, "No, it's fucked." We posted multiple
I've
times.
seen that meme so many times.
And we posted multiple times and like 0 likes because the page was shadow banned. And so it was 4 or 5 months.
So shadow ban is like,
yeah, it's
when
Facebook decides if you.
But they don't tell you.
Yeah. It's an ugly way of doing it. So,
bullshit, innit?
Yeah.
Do you think Twitter is going to be the next platform? I know it's been a big platform before.
For scaffolding?
Just for everything, because I think what Elon Musk's trying to do is he's trying to make it so there is no filter and it is freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And these shadow bans and cancel culture isn't as successful.
Yeah. I don't think so, because you'd have to like move all the users to a new platform. That take a lot of time. And there's a lot of older people in the industry that also follows the page. And
do you remember Scaffolders Forum?
No.
So I don't know where it was originally founded.
Yeah.
But this is before Facebook.
Yeah.
But there was an online, I don't know if you call it a platform, but you could log in. It was called the Scaffolders Forum. It was brilliant. It was really, really good. So you go on there, there'd be a part called the pub. Mm-hmm. You could go in that chat room and people would just be talking shit.
Yeah.
And then there'd be like a professional one, and there'd be people, like a thread of people, similar to like, I guess what Quora is. Is it Quora or Reddit?
Yeah.
Reddit, something similar to that. But years and years, probably 2007, 2008, years ago. But it was great for finding jobs.
Yeah.
Because there was a jobs thread on there as well. So really, really good for finding jobs.
Yeah.
Even my first job in Australia, I tried to call the companies, tried to find friends who were working in companies, etc. The first job I found, the first good job, scaffolding in Australia, I found was from this forum, Scaffolders Forum.
Nice.
But it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably is still there somehow, somewhere, but the users are no longer there. They've migrated. They've gone, I guess, to places like Big Dawg and
yeah, for sure. They'll find their ways.
I think with the shadow ban thing, I think maybe Twitter might be the next place for it.
Yeah.
TikTok seems the same as well.
Yeah. It's just
it's quite liberal with what you can post.
Yeah. You can almost post anything.
Yeah.
So. And it just puts filter itself, like if it's like for 18 plus audience.
Yeah. And if it's good, and the other thing is, if it's good, it'll succeed. And if it's not good, then no one will. Same with this, you know what I mean? We're on YouTube. We're going to start posting on some of the other platforms for podcasting, but I'd like to hope that if it's good, it'll do well. Yeah. And if it's not good, then okay, I'm fine with that. If I'm not good and the show's no good, cool.
Yeah.
And we won't do it anymore. It's scary to think that could be the decision of somebody at Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
because you said something a little bit controversial.
Yeah.
About Bob the Builder. Yeah. Of all the things you could have been talking about, well, I'll get my own video demonetized now. You could have been talking about COVID.
Yeah.
You could have been talking about, conspiracy theories, deep state and all this.
Yeah.
But you were talking about Bob the Builder.
No, Bob the Builder was the meme we posted.
Yeah, I get
during
it.
the shadow ban.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Oh, during?
Yeah.
Right.
Just to see, like, it's a meme. It's funny.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So
to test.
Yeah, to test. And
I see.
It was just like completely broken.
Yeah. So how does it get fixed? Because things are moving now.
Patience.
Right? Yeah. We had something similar for the episode that we shot here.
Yeah.
And I was like, Addy called me.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, the video's doing really well. It's got like 200 likes, 300 likes, 400 likes. I was like, fucking great. About time someone recognized us. And then Oleg said, have you seen the video? I was like, yeah, it's cool, right? And he went, yeah, haters with bots. I'm like, what do you mean? He went, yeah, it's haters. I'm like, did they not go to hater school?
Yeah.
If there's 1,000 likes on the video, he went, Well, yeah, but there's like 300 views.
Yeah.
So, it's impossible. So it means you're cheating. And if YouTube realize you're cheating, then they'll block it and people don't see it. Yeah. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, I actually sent the picture to Oleg because I reacted to it. I was like, holy shit, look, they have 600 views. So I sent him a screenshot, and then it had 1,300 likes, and I sent it, and I was like, yeah, someone is doing it.
Yeah. Well, whoever it is, fucking pack it in, because it's fucking annoying. Like, why? It's like, I don't get it. Like, I think, look, at the end of the day, I do talk about, like, we're at Layer now, and I do talk about a lot on the podcast.
Yeah.
But, I will, because they've been very supportive. They've been very hospitable. They pay for me, dinners and things for me and you, and boost our channels and allow us to grow our profiles. So, like, I'm going to talk about them, and that's it. And if anyone else wants me to show them a bit of love, then, two-way street.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And that we were talking, I mean, maybe not the right place to talk about it, but we're talking about other systems that we both like and we both use. Hacky was one of them.
Yeah.
You get a lot of people in the UK, maybe hacky bashers a little bit. I like it.
Yeah.
I've got, I don't know the team as well as I know the team at Layer, so I couldn't comment on that, but the product, I think they've got a good product.
Yeah.
Like you say, no tools, really.
Yeah. I think it's, all scaffolding have their different, they perform better in other places than others.
Yeah.
But I think the Layer is really like the one who steals the show in the end.
Yeah. And it's the full package, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like some people do one thing well, some people do this thing well, that thing well. They seem to do everything pretty well.
Yeah.
So what can you do?
Yeah.
But I can only imagine if somebody's been trying to ruin that video for what, I can only imagine it's for that reason. It's some competitor of,
most likely
of theirs, because I don't think I've pissed that many people off. And I think anyone I've pissed off hasn't got the knowledge to use a, you know what I mean? My friends are scaffolders.
Yeah.
None of them are going and fucking, putting 1,000 likes in a video to get it taken down.
It's a lot of money too. So it's not for free sending bots to like your videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You have to pay for it.
Right.
It's a lot of money.
Fuck, And
you can think
it's ridiculous. And I know, because I know this is a thing from business, because I don't know whether you know about like pay-per-click advertising. So with Google.
No idea.
So when we had the business, you can pay to be ranked number one in Google.
Oh, nice.
And, you can pay a sponsored ad.
Yeah.
And the way it works is you set a budget, maybe £50 for a day or whatever.
Yeah.
And every time someone clicks on your advert, it takes some money out of the budget.
Oh, okay.
Now, depending on how popular the keyword is, scaffolding, for example, you might pay £5 for that keyword per click. So rivals will go on, they'll type in scaffolding into Google.
Yeah.
And then when they see your advert, they click it, £5 are gone. And then they go back out, back in, £5 up. It's called click fraud.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a zero-sum game, because, when your advert goes on, someone's going to do it to you.
Right.
Like I said, I genuinely believe it. If it's any good, it'll do well. If it's not very good, it won't do well.
Yeah.
50,000 followers shows you're making some people happy.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yes, I think so. And I think you carry on.
Yeah.
And it can only grow.
Yeah.
And I think events like this are good, but good for both sides.
Yeah.
Good for us for this kind of stuff. We were saying just before, I'll probably do as many podcasts here in the next 2 days as I've done in the last few weeks since we started it back at home.
Yeah.
For you, great content, great networking.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lovely event to be at.
Mm-hmm.
So many nice people, and like you get to connect with so many great people.
Mm. So lastly, who's your fancy? Who's going to win?
Jolly big.
Got a big day, Swedish team.
Yeah.
I think they're a bit drunk.
They have to win, because I have my logo on their clothes. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I did see him knocking about earlier on.
Oh, nice.
So what are they called?
Björlibygg.
Björlibygg.
Yeah.
Björlibygg. Pressure's on. Yeah, my money's still on Hot Rimmer. Yeah. I think they're very serious, and the planning seems to be good.
Yeah,
they seem to be planning it very well. I believe the Irish team are on a drinking ban.
I don't know.
I'm sure I've seen one of them drinking. There was a bloke outside with an Irish flag wrapped around him, and I'm sure he had a beer in his hand.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. It's a bit of fun, a few beers.
Yeah.
Sure. But my money's, I think, he's on Hot Rimmer.
Yeah.
Jimmy, thanks very much. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Yeah.
Let's go and enjoy the event, drink some more beer.
Yeah, let's do it.